In order for you to go from one level to the next level, in order for any woman to transition, for any man to transition, the thing that they want must be greater than the thing they currently have. Humans do not transition to another level when they're comfortable with the level that they're on. Because you're thinking right now like, I want a better home, I want a better car, I want a better family. No, that's what you say with your mouth. That's what you say to make yourself feel good about yourself. Because you don't get out of life what you want. You get out of life who you are.
Everybody likes the idea of success. Everybody wants to have millions of dollars in their bank account. But going out and doing those things, going out and building a plan backwards from that point that you want to be and going through the day-to-day actions of building that, you don't love that idea. You like the idea of success as long as it's easy, as long as it doesn't take dedication, as long as it doesn't take you having to do things that you don't feel like doing when you don't feel like doing them. You need to decide if you're in love with the idea of success or if you're in love with success.
You only transition from one level to the next when you're tired of the level you on.
You can stop at that level, or you can go, I want more levels. I want more levels.
When you start losing, it becomes a habit. That's what's dangerous. And it doesn't just affect you. Now your children and your children's children are going to be broke. Winners win and losers lose. And if you create a culture of losing, if you keep being a victim, if you keep letting people do you and treat you any kind of way, it's going to become a culture. Life happens to everybody, but winners approach it like victors and losers like victims. Winners win, not because their circumstances change, not because they win the lottery, not because they get this network. Winners win because they change their mentality from being a loser, a victim, to being a victor and saying, I have what it takes. I've got the right mindset. I'm alive. I can count on me. So if you're tired of losing and you're ready to win, you owe you to be a winner. If you're going to be the best, the cream of the crop, if you're going to be the apex, you got to be it, not talk about it. You gotta be it. It has to consume you. It has to take over you. You're putting in work, and just because you can't see the results, you want to quit or give up. I ain't never quit. I ain't never give up. I ain't never give in. I just kept grinding. You putting in the work, and the only reason you pissed, the only reason you quitting is not because you want to quit, because you keep looking up and you saying we 3 in. Who cares what you are? If you keep going, you're gonna break through. The only people that don't break through are the people who scoreboard watching. You stopping working to look at yourself. You not grinding, you glaring. You should be grinding and you looking at the score. The score is what it is. The score ain't about to change because you looked at it. Keep playing the game. Keep grinding. Keep working. And that other stuff will take care of itself. And the process is not supposed to be comfortable. So if it hurts, if you feel like you're under heat, if you feel like you're being pressured, welcome to the big leagues.
You got to do a lot that nobody ever sees or thanks you for or rewards you for a long time. It's delayed gratification. If you do the work consistently, 1 + 1 is always going to equal 2. 2 + 2 is going to equal 4. And 10 years work is going to pay off.
The equation is always the same. Every single time, if you do it right, you're going to get the same answer. And most of y'all crying. I'm ready to quit because I put in some time. You might have put in some time, but you didn't put in the time. The time that's required to make your dream become a reality. You can't shortcut success. Ain't no days off. You think because you sick, you can quit. You think because you hurt and you in pain, you can just give up. You think just because you put in some time, that ain't the time. You put in the time coach told you to put in. You put in the time the teacher told you to put in. But you didn't put in the time that life told you to put in. You didn't put in the time that the grind told you to put in. So what? You've been working out for 6 months. So what? You just started studying. So what? You serious. You just got serious 6 months ago. So what? You can't cheat the grind. You either put in the time or you surrender. If it was easy, y'all, everybody would do it. But it ain't easy. But I know you have what it takes to make it happen.
You can't listen to these people. You've got to listen to yourself. You've got to have a voice inside yourself that is so strong that it speaks louder than all the crap people talk to you.
Because if you just sit there and accept everything that's thrown at you, life will trample you. It'll kick dirt in your face and tell you you're no good.
Don't let this negative world beat you down. Don't let it win.
At some point, you gotta start standing up for yourself. At some point, you gotta start fighting back.
Get away from all these people who ain't doing nothing with their lives. These people are toxic. They'll attack you on your journey. They'll actively work against you. These people's opinions of you ain't none of your business. You are the only one who dictates how far you can go. The possibilities for you are unlimited. If it's building a business, starting a career, traveling the world, making a difference in society, you can do whatever you believe you can do.
He who thinks he can and he who thinks he can't are both usually right. You've got to build your level of self-confidence to a point where when they fight against your ideas, it only adds fuel to your desire to win.
Many doors will be closed in your face. Many loans that you'll want will be denied. Many jobs you apply for, they'll reject you, and most people will give up. But you've got to decide within yourself that I'm going to be fearless. I'm going to be relentless. I refuse to accept failure as my final result. And I'm going to go all out to get it. I'm going to give it everything I possibly have. No obstacle, no challenge, no person is going to keep me from my dream.
Don't allow the opinions of others to shut you down. When they talk, you go hard. When they doubt you, you shut them up with your results. The best revenge in life is massive success. Don't allow anyone or anything to steal your dream. If you dare to be great, if you dare to do something that you've never done before, if you dare to go to limits that you've never been to before, you'll achieve more than you could ever imagine.
And when you're going through bad times, I want you to remember, you're not being buried, you're being planted. You may be underground, but you're not buried in this mess. You're planted in it. And when you're planted in it, you should expect to come back up again. And when you come back up, you'll be completely transformed by the experiences that you've endured.
When you're going through pain, you're not suffering. You're building strength, you're building resilience, you're building perseverance, you're building everything it takes to win.
When you have fear, fear makes you think in a way you shouldn't be thinking and makes you do stuff you shouldn't be doing. But when you have faith, you don't need to know what you're up against. When you have faith, you don't need to know how much it's going to take. When you have faith, you just believe and it'll happen.
You concentrate on working on your dream. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity right now with all your might, with all your soul, with all your heart. You focus on this, and tomorrow will take care of itself.
You gotta believe within yourself that you are the one. You are the one to make it happen. You are the one to succeed. You are the one who will be living their dream. You gotta feel that you're entitled to this, that you're supposed to have this. This is your calling. This is your time. Now is your moment. You gotta stand up inside yourself and tell yourself, I can do this. I can handle this. I can overcome anything that comes against me. You're more powerful than you realize. You're stronger than you think you are. You're tougher than you think you are. You can survive more than you think you can. You can go further than you believe you can. You're more capable than you could ever possibly imagine. When you no longer focus on the obstacles, when you no longer care what people think or what people have to say, when you no longer find the need to seek their approval, when you stop counting the cost of what it's going to take to reach your dream, it is done. When the pressure within you is greater than the pressure outside of you.
You're going to have a lot of things come against you. You're going to have people that tell you to stop. You're going to have challenges that tell you to stop. And you're going to feel like giving up every damn day because you'll feel like life is beating you over and over.
Legends aren't defined by their successes. They're defined by how they bounce back from their failures. The highs I've experienced, they were only possible by how I bounced back from the lows. From those moments when I wondered if it was worth it, or if I was wasting my time, or if I was good enough.
People are gonna think you're crazy. And sometimes you're gonna think you're crazy. You're gonna question yourself. It takes guts, ladies and gentlemen, to go through that. People used to laugh at me in Detroit when I was sleeping on the floor of my office in the Penobscot building. It was rough, ladies and gentlemen. It was not easy. When I was laying on the floor looking out of the window, when I was questioning myself, Les, can you do this? I was questioning myself.
When you have a dream, the one thing you have to watch out for are those out there that'll try to crush your dream. And you cannot allow that to happen. That is your biggest challenge.
It's necessary, ladies and gentlemen, that you look at the people in your life. Who do you have yourself surrounded with? It's necessary, ladies and gentlemen, that you get the energy drainers out of your life, the dream busters. Get them out of your life. They will deplete your energy. They're gonna laugh at you.
You got to stop looking to others for support and look inside yourself.
The lion in you never retreats. Imagine us taking the lion approach to life. I ain't backing up. A lion don't walk backwards for nothing.
You got to tell yourself, I can do this.
You're more powerful than you realize.
You're stronger than you think you are. You can survive more than you think you can. You're more capable than you can possibly imagine.
It was necessary that I face a lot of rejection, a lot of laughter, a lot of no's in order to get here, to enjoy the level of success. It was necessary that I face that. And I'm saying to you, when you're facing those rejections day in and day out, don't say, I had a bad day today. Say, I had a character building day.
We can be active participants in our being here, or we can be victims. Before anything can take place, you've got to believe in your heart of hearts that it's possible that you can be this.
And this is when your mind has to change. You gotta start thinking, I'm the greediest motherfucker in the world. You gotta start arming your mind. Start preparing yourself for what's out here in life. Build confidence. Build self-esteem.
The hardest thing in the world is to believe in you, to believe you're special, to believe you're different, to believe you're supposed to be somebody. The hardest thing in the world is, in spite of all your fears, all your worries, all your doubt, all your feelings of inadequacy, is to believe in yourself one more time, to pick yourself up off the mat one more time.
Anybody can believe when the struggle is over. But I want to talk to some people who are in the middle of the struggle and you still believe. I know you're tired. I know your arms are aching. I know your mind is frustrated. I know you feel like it's not fair. I know you feel like throwing up your hands, and you're depressed, and you lost loved ones, and you've been through heartaches, and it's not the best time of your life. All hell might be breaking loose in your life, but tell them I can do it. If it don't happen, I can do it. If you don't love me, I can do it. If you don't want me, I can do it. If you leave me, I can do it. If you betray me, I can do it.
You gotta talk to yourself. Sometimes healing takes place first in the spirit.
You gotta tell yourself, I can do this. I got what it takes. I will not be defeated.
Wouldn't it be amazing if you believed that? Wouldn't you sleep good tonight if you believed that? Wouldn't you walk around with your head up and your back straight if you believed that? You wouldn't be intimidated by anybody, anywhere, at any time if you just believed that.
So you've got to decide, you've got to say, it's possible that I can beat this. It's necessary that I do this. You've got to mobilize your mind and your spirit that I can find a solution. I'm not through yet. I've got some purpose that I've got to fulfill. I've got some work. I have an assignment that's incomplete. I'm not through yet. I'm not going out like this. I'm going to fight. And it's necessary that you take charge, that you begin to stand up with inside of yourself, that you dry your tears and you're not given the luxury of feeling sorry for yourself, that you get busy, you start doing research and asking questions, that you got to get in a fighting mode. You can't surrender. You can't be a chump. You got to fight back. You got to stand up and start. So wait a minute, what is it I need to do? You got to make yourself move even if it hurts.
Your belief must be so strong that when people doubt you, ridicule you, and come against you, it's nothing but a minor inconvenience.
You've got to really do the prayer, meditation, journaling, affirmation, declarations, and be around people who really don't care that much about what people think of them. Everyone has an opinion. Why let the opinions of other people deny you from a life that will make history?
Your belief, your faith, your drive, your determination, your persistence, your perseverance, your spirit, greater is He that is in you than what's out here in this world.
I know what it's like to wake up every day with a sense of dread, and you don't know how you're gonna make it, and you're all alone. And you've got to say to yourself, when you fail again and again, after facing rejection after rejection, many times with tears in your eyes, it's possible. When life knocks you down, sometimes you gotta take 2 steps back in order to move forward.
When you're in that darkness, it's very easy to think you're hopeless.
It's very easy to believe it's over for you. It's very easy to feel defeated. It's very easy to sit there and hope that something or someone will come and save you. But the truth is, you gotta save yourself.
You can't sit there and wait for the light to come. You've got to move forward and step your way into the light. That darkness is temporary, and you can fight your way out of it. It only takes willpower.
You think this is it for you? This is far from it. You gotta change your mindset. You gotta start thinking in ways you haven't thought before. You gotta start seeing possibilities for your life you haven't seen before.
You can achieve more than you think you can. You're capable of things that would surprise yourself.
You've got to start using your mind to find new ways to break through all these roadblocks in front of you. When you have the will, you'll find a way. And there is always a way. You can get through whatever is in front of you if you decide to.
You just gotta stand for what you believe in and don't let anything turn you around. This is your life. This is your dream. Nobody's gonna fight for what you want more than you. If it's gonna happen, it's up to you to make it happen. If you can focus on finding those ways to win and stop focusing on the ways you're losing, you can make it.
Everything in your way is just life testing you. Do not fail the test. Rise up and destroy these barriers.
The people who win, the most common trait they have is they find solutions, while the losers find problems.
The winners are relentlessly working to move their lives into a better state of being. They don't care about the facts. They don't care about the odds. All they do is make a plan and execute the plan.
If you change your way of thinking and start seeing the possibilities for you and your current situation, you'll start moving toward victory and away from feeling helpless.
But you have got to affirm to yourself that you have what it takes to get through this. Your mind and spirit need to be aligned in the feeling of certainty that I will not stop until I succeed. I will make it happen, no matter what it takes, that this is nothing but a temporary inconvenience. There is nothing that can stop me from reaching my dream.
Most people won't do that. Most people give up so easily. They never use the real power inside them to do anything great because they can't see those possibilities for their life.
Your vision and your perspective of how you see your life is what dictates what you become. If you only ever see yourself as doing just enough to get by, that's all you'll ever achieve. But if you see yourself doing massive things, living beyond what other people could possibly conceive, that's exactly what you'll get. Where your focus goes, your energy flows.
So when you're going through turbulence on your path to success, you've got to hold that vision firmly in your mind.
Don't allow this negative world to throw you off course. Hold the vision and keep walking toward it.
Your mind is your strongest weapon. It has the ability to adapt to any level of pain or difficulty imaginable. It's up to you to harness its power and use it to create new things for you.
You can become more creative, more intelligent, more unstoppable. It's only a matter of your mind. You control your mind, you control your life.
And when you control your mind, there is nothing out of reach for you. You can be, do, and have whatever you want. The only one who can stop you is you.
Some of you have had a marriage fall apart. Some of you have been disappointed in a dream, in a desire, in a goal, in an ambition. And things just haven't worked out the way you wanted them to. And you're starting maybe to feel sometimes a little hopeless. It'll never change. I'll never change. Nothing's ever going to be any different.
And we rationalize with ourselves to where we automatically stop. That's why a bunch of us give up so much in life so quickly. But suppose I told you the greatest pain of my life is the reason I'm standing here today. See, sometimes we think the pain is what controls us. It's actually our subconscious mind. That if we ever tapped into that, that's what dictates most of our lives. If you don't control pain, it'll control you.
What is it that will make it worth it for you? To face the rejections, to brainstorm and not be intimidated and say, I can do this. What is it that will make it worth it for you to raise the bar on yourself and say, I got some more stuff in me? What is it that will make it worth it for you to know your vitamin, that you become empowered by it? What is it that will make it for you when you want to give up and things are working against you? What is it that will help you get back up again?
When everything's relaxed
and peaceful. Yes, we know what we want to be. We know the person we want to become, right? Very easy and calculated in that rhyme to reason, when nothing's on the line. But as soon as the heart starts to race, or the bill and the pressure of the lifestyle, the wife, the family, or the job, all of a sudden, we start to settle.
I don't want to be that person that's great when everything is going all good, but when something goes wrong, they flee and they want nothing to do with it. I want to be that person that's going to show up rain, sleet, or snow, and they're going to give you everything they got. You got to take my life before you take my drive. I'm talking concrete commitment. I'm talking a commitment that says, I am going to stay true to what I said I would do long after the mood that I've set it in has left. Because character is not something we inherit. Character is something we gotta wake up every single day, we gotta fight it, we gotta build it. In the midst of adversity, in the midst of challenges, in the midst of failures, we gotta get up every single day and we gotta fight for peace. We gotta fight for happiness. We gotta fight for joy.
Don't quit. Don't give up. Don't be a victim. Don't take the easy path. Don't squander this life. Instead, live with fortitude.
There's times when you think, is there anything that can justify as to why I'm always going through something hard? Sometimes nothing ever makes sense that you're going through. I'm going through hurt, I'm going through pain, there's death in my family, there's sickness everywhere. But I tell you what, you can't throw in the towel. It just means it's time for you to fight harder. It's time for you to stand tall. Lift your heads to the sky and say, I will overcome this. I will fight back. There's always something good that can come from bad.
We live in a world, ladies and gentlemen, where people want instant gratification. They want it right now. No, it's simple, but it's not easy. It's a system that if you work the system, it works if you work it. But make no mistake about it, it's hard. And you are the determining factor. The people that make it in this world look around for the circumstances that they want, and if they can't find them, they create them. It's you that you must take personal responsibility to make it happen. It's hard. No, easy is not an option. However, ladies and gentlemen, what you will discover is that it's worth it. If people ask you, say, how you doing? Even if you're having some difficult times, say, I'm blessed and highly favored. Because anytime you wake up and you don't have a white chalk outline around your body, it's a great day. And so I say to you, it's possible you can live your dream. If it's becoming a diamond, if it's having more, if it's achieving more, if it's being a better father, being a better mother, whatever it is, it's possible you can live your dream. It's necessary that you have a plan of action, that you're resilient, that you stick to, and you work with the system, that you have the vision and never give up, that you become creative and relentless and keep on coming back again and again and again, and that it's you that you got to take personal responsibility to make it happen, and that it's hard. Easy is not an option. And when life knocks you down, jump back up and say, it's not over until I win.
Everyone climbs a mountain, and right when I'm like, I can't go anymore, that last inch is going to make all the difference. And they give up. It's because one, they had a bad plan of action, but two, they've lost the motivation. They're not seeing the visual representation of their effort being put out, so therefore they're like, I'm done.
You are going to come up against some moments in your life. I've been there. You're going to come up with some moments in your life. Somebody told you it was over. Somebody told you that just go home and die. Somebody sent you home. Somebody told you you'll never be a doctor. They sent you home, you failed. They sent you home, law school. They sent you home. Some wife, she told you, that's it. I don't want to be married to you. Some husband, he told you, I don't want to be married to you. And he left. Never give up. I need mental toughness.
It's no reason to cry. It's a reason to build. It's a reason to get stronger. It's a reason to get more intense. It's a reason to get better. You need one more thing, one more check, one more something to put yourself in a position where you get higher. I don't care if it's fair or not. It's what you got to do. You can get through this because you bigger than this. You better than this. You tougher than this. And when you get to the other side, you're going to be better. You're going to be bigger. You're going to be bolder.
You guys are saying you're doing everything right. You're giving your all. Come on. Your all's a lot more than you know. You got more inside of you to give. Stop selling yourself.
We've come too far to quit now. When you're in the darkest place, when you feel like all is lost, when you think there's no way to turn it around, remember this. Victory is near.
I don't care
if you have to inch your way day by day, and it hurts, and it's hard, and nobody can see what you're really going through, if you don't quit, the pit will become your platform. I'm telling somebody right now, your lowest moment, the place where you are that broken, will be the place of your greatest testimony.
I am not phenomenally skilled, but phenomenally willed. I will not give up. I will not surrender. I will not quit. And your problem is you're giving up too easy.
We've come too far. We've been through too much. We've seen too much. We've had too many victories. We have seen defeat. We've looked defeat in the face, and we've overcome it. We've come too far to be negative now. We've come too far to start overthinking now.
Once we hit that wall, we don't quit, we don't give up. We push a switch called will, and we start using our willpower. Yes, we tired. Yes, we're hungry. Yes, the mind is saying give up. Yes, it's saying quit. But we cannot quit because we realize we have not reached the goal yet. This is not what I dreamed about. This is not what I said I was going to do. This is not what it looks like.
Mentally, you must be there before you physically even start. It's a mindset. That dream and success. I'm gonna meet, I'm gonna create it. All I have to do is sweat for it, work for it, study for it, drive for it, believe in it. Never take no for an answer, and never give up. When the winds of life don't hit your sail, you break oars of life. Now you start pushing your body, your boat, your vessel into the harbor of a known point that you want to be. Those won't get you there. You gotta get yourself there, guys.
When you leave the crowd, you start to dream and express your best to the world. You will be different, and people don't like it if you're different.
Every hero you guys had was called an idiot, crazy, a loser.
They will try to tear you down, and they will try to mock you.
When you get to that point of frustration, of anger, that is tremendous fuel for you to go out and do that you want to do. Your goal should be to become so successful in whatever it is that you're trying to do that all the people who said that you, those look at the floor.
One person with a belief overrides thousands of people with just intent.
The people that are hungry are willing to do the things today others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have.
The spirit of resiliency, the spirit of grit, it's in your DNA, it's in your blood. Overcoming is in your blood. Getting through adversity is in your blood.
I need effort from you. I need you to match whatever effort the enemy is putting up. Whoever your enemy is, match the doggone effort. This is what you do. You are built for this.
When no one's around, when no one's looking at you, when no one's cheering. It's just you and your shadow. Who are you? How do you hold yourself? How do you see yourself? What do you do when no one's watching?
Greatness is a lot of small things done well. Day after day, workout after workout, obedience after obedience, day after day.
You know what you gotta do to get to paradise? You gotta fight like to get to paradise. Paradise starts in, it's the early mornings, late nights, being misunderstood, having very few friends, being your own cheerleader. Are you those things? People always talk about, you know, you gotta work smarter and not harder. No, you gotta work smarter and you gotta work harder.
You're gonna have to be disciplined. You're going to have to be consistent. You're gonna have to do it when nobody else is doing it. The greatest version of you is the disciplined version of you. The greatest version of you is the version that has parameters. No, I don't do that. I don't drink that. I don't go there with these people. I'm focused. I have a prize that's in front of me. I know what I'm supposed to do, and that ain't it. I have to stay right here. I discipline my body. I stay uncomfortable in these situations like an athlete, training it to do what it should. After I get disciplined to do it for a long time, I start desiring it. You are now turning a discipline into a desire. And now what was used to be a dread becomes something that you know is making you better. I'm better uncomfortable.
You don't get better on the daggone couch. You get better by coming out here and getting after it every daggone day.
A real man in the dark, when nobody's watching, he putting in work.
Because he loves the process.
It is in practicing. It is in lifting weights. It is in resting. It is in eating right. It is in making good decisions that you look a certain way. It is the process of the grind that shapes you and forms you. The real grind is in the dark when nobody sees you, when nobody knows what you're doing. When you put in those extra reps, it is in the process that you get better. It's in the process that don't nobody know your name, and 5 years later, you're one of the best in the world. Why? The process. I don't get up at 3 o'clock in the morning because I'm broke. Then why do you get up at 3 o'clock in the morning? Because I ain't finished yet. The deeper the process, the greater the reward.
We're not living by the clock, man. If the clock says it's 10 o'clock, time to go to sleep, or 9 to 5, time to go to work. If you're in bed right now and you're rolling around, you can't fall asleep, get the It probably means you haven't done an honest day's work to earn that rest at night. 2 a.m., not a f***ing person's here. I can put an honest day's work in here like more than anyone does in a week, and no one sees it, because it's supposed to be that way. This is the means to the ends. It's not the ends. You're not in here to get an achievement. You're in here to pay dues, so later in life you never wonder what if. Not run by the clock. Run by our desire where we want to go tomorrow. Our competition's asleep right now. We're getting ahead of that competition. The margins between first and loser, the second place finisher, growing and growing and growing. They're all gonna fight for second place.
Do you think Michael Jordan was interested in just being a basketball player? Do you think Kobe Bryant was just interested in winning championships? Interested is a hobby. You have to be obsessed.
Excellence is not an accident in somebody's life. When no one's watching, do you get up and run at 5 in the morning when it's pouring down rain? As a person of principle, a person of character, that values who they are, and everything they do accordingly. You don't go in here blindly, you go in here with purpose, mentally believing it, like Muhammad Ali. He called himself the greatest fighter before he ever won something. He believed it. He had a strong directional path of where he's heading, going to work every single day when no one's watching, paying dues every single day, so that this belief rises to a level of maturity that others like, yeah, man, way to go. There's no half-ass here, half-ass there, half-ass there, and then when it matters, oh, I'll give it my all. It doesn't work that way. If you half-ass it here and there and there and there, you learn to half-ass. So when it does matter, you don't know anything else but half-ass. You will never succeed that way. Who stands up, picks up the trash when no one's looking? The same person that's on top of the podium later in life. If you start shortcutting these things, as if no one's watching, doesn't matter, eventually it's gonna come back and bite you in the ass. It won't. If everything you do, you put your name to the best of who you are, how do you know you're on the right path?
Life will tempt you to become bitter. Age will make you bitter. Because during age, you collect enough experiences to become cynical till after a while, you don't expect anything good to happen because you've been through so many bad things that if anybody comes knocking at your door, you're predisposed to think it's something evil. You have to be careful lest you become bitter. Either your troubles make you better or they make you bitter.
We mature with damage, not with the years. You gain wisdom from your wounds. You will grow through what you go through, but you must be willing to go through it.
Don't you give up on your dream. I don't care if you don't have the money, you don't have the help, and you don't have the family for it, and you don't have the background for it, and you don't have the friends for it. Don't you give up on your dream. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. It may take you twice as long. You may have to take courses and classes. You might not read as fast. You might not move as quick. You might not have as much. But don't you quit.
The days that break you are the days that make you. Every time you go through those dark times and you fight your way through to the other side, you're getting stronger.
It takes courage to be successful. It is far easier not to be successful. It takes courage to be exceptional. It takes courage to be wise. It takes courage to be educated. It takes courage to be knowledgeable. Because the moment you do it, but you don't talk like, oh, you forgot where you came from. Look at you, talk to it takes courage.
Is it easy? No, it's not easy. It's not easy living your dream. It's not easy reinventing yourself. It's not easy sticking to and focusing on your goal. It's not easy being happy in the midst of a great deal of negativity. It's not easy to remove people from your life that are no longer good for you.
And then when you experience defeat and failure again and again and again, it's not easy to pull yourself back up and start all over again. It takes a great deal of courage to face yourself and say, no, my life is not what I want it to be, and I can change. That's not easy.
It takes guts. You got to dig down deep to gut it out. Keep on going again and again and again. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe in your abilities, your ideas, unquestionably. No, it's hard. Yes, it's hard. It's difficult. And it's worth it. It doesn't matter what it costs. I'm not going to rest until I have it. I'm going to do it. And if this is the price that I must pay, then so be it.
When you make up your mind, making up your mind is powerful. Some of us, we make up our mind and say, we're going to stay in this. I'm going to stay in this mess. I'm not going to go back to that, or I'm not going to quit, or whatever the situation may be. You got it done. You found a way. You created a way. You prayed a way. So when you make up your mind, it's over. You got to already make up your mind before you get to cancer. You got to make up in your mind before you get to that exam and pass that exam. You got to look at it before you even get to it.
So you got to be positive. You got to be excited. You got to be confident. You got to be tough. You can be positive or you can be negative. You can be happy or you can be sad. You can be a winner or you can be a loser. Well, folks, I made up my mind. As long as there's a breath left in me, ain't nobody or nothing gonna make me quit. Ain't nobody gonna make me give up. Ain't nobody gonna make me negative. Dadgummit, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna be happy, and I'm gonna be positive.
You have got to change the way you think. It is the whole determining factor of where you go in life. We are all where we are today because we thought ourselves to this position. If you don't like the position, think yourself out of it. Change your attitude, you change your altitude.
No matter what your hardships, no matter where you came from, no matter what your parents did, no matter what your teachers told you, you can learn to expect winning.
So what your mama told you you can't do it. So what your daddy told you you can't do it. So what your teacher told you you don't have what it takes. You don't walk in their reality. You don't live in their reality. Learn to live in your own reality. You walk with a certain confidence when you know you expect to get all A's. You expect to be rich. You expect to be healthy. I don't care what the doctor says. You expect it, and when you expect it, that's what happens.
It's my journey. Nobody decides how I live. Nobody decides my life. I'm not a victim. I'm a victor. It's my journey. This is your journey. You're not a victim. It can end the way you want it to end, but you gotta grind like you want it. You can grind your way through it, or you can grind your way through it.
Most people today give up too soon. They haven't learned steadfastness. They haven't learned perseverance. They haven't learned endurance. The ability to handle pressure. The ability to keep hanging on and hanging in there when things go bad.
And every day just looks the same and feels the same. Now I get the feeling like this is endless. Now I get the feeling like maybe these chains are never gonna break. This storm is never gonna cease.
Why did I take this job? Why did I make this move? You start second guessing yourself. You start doubting yourself. You start filling yourself with feelings of failure. Like, I can't do this. You lose your confidence. You start feeling like you're a failure because of the frustration and fatigue. How do you handle failure? How do you react when your plans collapse? How do you react when it's taken longer than you thought, it's more complicated than you thought, and you start doubting, do I even have the ability to do this? You want to give up, you want to fall down, you want to turn around and run with everybody else, you're going to question yourself. You're going to say, is this really making much sense?
All of that will create you into a certain kind of person. Experience the rejection. Experience the hard times. That's how you grow. That's how you develop yourself. That's how you begin to appreciate what you get. When you're working on a dream, at some point in time, a transition takes place. And the transition is what you are becoming in pursuit of the dream. Because even if you don't get the dream, you become such a strong and powerful person because you've now developed yourself in such confidence and such competence in how to deal in the arena of life that you can move into another area and not miss a beat. Once you begin to discover who you are, then you really realize how you have been given authority and dominion over everything on the face of the earth. But you can only do that through the struggle of life.
I don't care who you are. I don't care how many defeats that you've suffered. What if you don't get there? If I don't get there, I have enjoyed the journey. It's okay. But you got to make up your mind that whatever it takes, I'm going to do it, that you deserve it, that you want it, and won't do without it.
Sometimes it takes losing your everything just to show you there was nothing that you ever needed in the first place. Sometimes it takes losing everything that you think you need just to show you that there's something better for your life. Your greatest setbacks will set you up for that major comeback. Sometimes you have to lose certain things to gain better things. Sometimes the best way to add to your life is to subtract from it.
When you're facing those rejections day in and day out, don't say, I had a bad day today. Say, I had a character building day. What did you learn? What did you get out of that day?
You can't spend your time worrying about the failures, worrying about the mistakes. If you sit there worrying about the mistakes all day, you take away time, you take away energy from doing what you're supposed to do. You're not going where you're supposed to be going. And what you gotta do is learn to play through the haters, play through it as if it doesn't exist.
Unless you attempt to do something beyond that which you've already mastered, you will never grow. So you've got to put something out here that you can't reach easily, that has got to make you stretch, got to make you jump for it, got to make you get back a little bit and dig in so that you can take a leap for it. And maybe you jump up there and you miss it and you skin your knees and you come back again and you bust your lip next time. But you keep on, and through that process, you learn how to leap higher. You start challenging yourself to dig deeper, and then you discover some things about you that you don't know right now. Some talents that you have in you that you didn't know that you can do.
I don't know everything. I have not accomplished everything. I'm not where I want to be. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still trying to get better. You got to position yourself and stop pouting. Stop crying. Stop looking at what other people are getting and look at what they're doing. And if you start doing it, you start getting it. You don't get out of life what you want. You get out of life what you earn.
If it's not working, it doesn't mean that it doesn't work. All it means is that your approach isn't working. And so now you've got to become more creative. Now you've got to go back to the drawing board. Now you need some more coaching. Now you need some more direction of what you need to do to take some corrective action to get you on the path. How do you know it can happen? You know because others have done it, so it's possible that you can do it. And what is necessary is that you work the system, that you take the coaching, take the directions, look at the people that are doing it, that are successful, and emulate them, and it'll work.
Even if you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, even if you have no evidence to support that position, even if no one else believes that you can do it, even if the odds are stacked against you, even if your chances of survival are slim to none, say to yourself, no matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it.
What do you do when you feel like giving up? When you feel like, I don't have the energy to go one more step. I'm just gonna chuck it. I'm gonna give up on my marriage. I'm gonna give up on my job. I'm gonna give up on my dream. I'm gonna give up on my health. It's over. I'm done. Finished.
What do you do when you don't know what to do? And the things you should do, you don't do. And the things you shouldn't do, you do. It just seems like that my life is in shambles. It's a disaster. Nothing's working. What do you do? How do you get out of that? We all have shortcomings. We're all going to make mistakes. We're going to experience some disappointments and some failures. Why? That's a part of it. It goes with the territory of being a human being.
What do you do when you have no external motivation? It's about the internal. What do you say to yourself? How are you going to fire yourself up? What's that flame inside of you that keeps you going?
There are times you're going to want to give up. There are times you feel deserted. People have lied to you and you're going to run out of resources. That's a part of it. But that's how you grow. That's how you learn from life. So whatever you're experiencing right now, it has not come to stay. It has come to pass.
Look for the lesson in it all. You will grow through what you go through. The question is, are you willing to go through it?
So I want to honor all the workers in here. The person that shows up, the person that grinds from the bottom and hits their rock bottom and still goes on. The person that's in the car wiping tears off their face and it's still accomplishing the mission. Because I'm telling you right now, you might not feel it now, you might not see it now, but it's going to pay off in your life.
Failure is not falling down. Failure is staying down. I fail over and over and over again in my life. And that's why I succeeded. You get to make a choice. Is failure going to break you or is failure going to make you? You get to decide. Failure doesn't.
You get to decide if I'm going to be rich, poor, mediocre, happy, sad. You have a decision to make, but you have to claim it. You have to expect it. You have to live your life with the expectation that great things are coming your way, that your thoughts can create things.
You gotta be able to see it when it cannot be seen. You gotta see it in your mind's eye. You have to see it happening. You have to see yourself writing a book before the book is finished. You have to see yourself graduating even though the teachers are telling you that it's not going to happen. You gotta see it, because if you can't believe in it, you will never manifest it. But when you believe in it, you demand the universe to assist you in what you're doing.
Before I leave this earth, the vision got to be done. That no matter what you're going through, you ain't gonna switch up. I'm telling you that you gotta be possessed with the vision.
You have to defeat the enemy. It's not the people online who don't like you. It's not the people that are judging you. It's not your past. It's not your circumstances. The enemy is an internal voice in you that's telling you that you're not good enough. The enemy is that fear. Even when your back's against the wall, you still say it's all. Even when you don't even have it figured out, you take what you know and you move forward with your life.
Stop running from it and run to it. You don't quit. You don't give up. Stop running. Stop running and face it.
Stop running, stop crying, stop whining, stop giving up, and you go take the fight to them. Go to the heat. The sooner the heat, the sooner the dream. Because your success is on the other side of the problem. Stop running from your pain and embrace your pain. Your pain is going to be a part of your prize. I challenge you to push yourself. Go get it. Don't run from it no more. Go get it. You gotta take that thing out. You gotta take the breath out. You gotta go get it.
When you taste these finer things of life, all the pain, all the work, all the sacrifice to get them is well worth it. If anything, it's a small down payment for the price and the reward you got. And once felt, how do you ever turn your back on it? Stop running from the potential of what you can be, guys. It's inside of you. It's always been there.
You set the tone for your life. Life happens to everybody, but winners approach it like victors and losers like victims. You're not a victim. Stop talking about I can't, I quit, I don't think I can make it happen, it's impossible. Stop talking like that. Stop cursing and start believing. And the only thing stands between your success, the only thing stands from you doing what you know you've been called to do. The only thing is you. Nobody can stop you. You're the only person that can stop you. So stop talking like a victim. Stop thinking like a victim. Stop acting like a victim and walk into your destiny. Walk into it. You sitting there hoping things gonna get better. You gotta work. This don't happen on its own. It's brick by brick by brick. Where do I start? I don't know. Pick a spot and go get it. You can start the process right now of turning it all around by getting up and getting to work.
I had somebody in my life at one time told me, you'll never make it.
They laugh. They're gonna laugh at you. People are gonna laugh at you.
People will count you out. They're like, that guy's not gonna be anything. Yeah, he's not gonna be nothing. They have no clue. I'm gonna tell you what I know. I know underdogs kick everybody's when they get serious. When they get serious.
It is impossible until someone has the audacity to believe that no matter what the expert or the doctor says, I can still do this.
And the first step for me was seeing something I was not before I was. I gotta believe in me before anybody else believe in me.
So when you're uncommon, get ready for the criticism. When you're uncommon, get ready for the opposition. When you're uncommon, get ready for the common people not to understand you.
And most people can't take the pressure. They give up, they quit, they throw in the towel. But if you want to see if you're a brave person, wait when things go completely to pieces. When things are the worst. When your very best deal falls apart and your rent is late and you're tired and you're sick and everybody is mad at you and your car doesn't work, then it's the person that picks themselves up and says nothing is going to stop me. Develop the quality of being unstoppable. Say in yourself that no matter what life throws at me, it'll never stop me. You can be tired, you can be worn out, but no matter how rough it gets, nothing will stop you.
You know what crazy means? Crazy means that you have the ability to see things that other people can't.
That's what crazy means. And if you're not crazy, you're never going to succeed at anything in life. Everybody has got to be a little bit off. Anybody that's done something great, they don't think like anybody else. They can't. And the people that tell you you can't do it, you know what your response to them is? Watch me. That's all you have to say. Watch me.
You better be pissed when people doubt you. You better learn how to take that pissed off energy and put it into productive action. Every negative comment should trigger you into productive action. Every time somebody says something to you, you should go do whatever it is that is going to make them have to eat their words. Right then, right now.
Whatever happens to you, turn it to your advantage. So I have now made that a blessing for me as opposed to a handicap. I would improve them wrong by engaging in self-study and consciously working to develop myself. I started going to work earlier. I started being the last one to leave here. I started working harder than anybody else. So now they have to ask themselves, what were we thinking about when we labeled this guy? Doesn't matter how many failures I've made. Doesn't matter how many mistakes I've endured. Doesn't matter about my defeats. Doesn't matter about what I've done. I don't care about the fact I'm in a hole now. Doesn't matter about where I am. The last chapter to my life has not been written yet. If you judge me now, you'll judge me prematurely. I haven't exposed all my stuff yet. I'm still in the process of transforming my life. I'm still in the process of becoming.
I don't care if it's impossible. I don't care how hard it is. I don't care how difficult it is. I will my way through it. All I want you to focus on is the impossible, and one day you will laugh at the impossible. You will look at the impossible and go, how was that ever impossible? You will look at the impossible and go, what was I thinking? You close. You about to drop out. You going too far now. You ain't got but 2 credits. Hold on. You can't quit now. Hold on. But this is my 6th time taking it. You gonna pass on the 7th. Hold on. But you better get something from all that hell you've been through. I'm talking to somebody. You ought to get excited. You're 100 yards away. You're 100 yards away. You can see it in the distance. You close, boo. Don't give up now. You close, my brother. Hold on.
Nobody's going to remember your mistakes unless you are successful in spite of your mistakes. Unless you keep going while you're covered in crap. And when you do that, people look around at you and they say, hold on just a minute, man. He can't do that. He can't be successful. Remember all this crap that he was covered in? Hold on, look at the mistakes this guy's made. Look, they try to reel you back into that, man. That's what people want to do. What do they call it? Crabs in a bucket, right? They want to pull you back down into that crap that you came out of. It freaking pisses them off, dude. Most people make these big mistakes in life and they hide in the corner, man. And nobody remembers you. I don't care what you did freaking 10 years ago, man. I don't care what you did yesterday. You just gotta keep going. That's it. That's how you put yourself in these environments to become who you want to be.
Pain is not permanent. All roads to success, you gotta go through pain. It's not going to be easy, but I want you to feel that pain going through your body. And as pain leaves your body, guess what's gonna take its place? Success. But you gotta work through it. I use the pain to push me to greatness. And I'm telling you right now, don't give up. I'm telling you right now, don't give in. Get through it. Just don't let it break you. If you get past it, on the other side of it, it's going to be phenomenal. At the end of pain is your millions. At the end of pain is your promise.
It's hard. It's hard living your dream. It's hard changing your life. It's not easy reaching your goal. There are times when you're looking at it and you say, I know I need to do this, but I don't feel like it. I don't want to do it. See, most people want it easy. Easy come, easy go. It's easy to be on the bottom. It doesn't take any effort to be a loser. It doesn't take any motivation, any drive in order to stay down there on a low level. But it calls on everything in you. You have to harness your will to say, I'm going to challenge myself.
Because when we seek the low road, when we seek the easy road, when we decide to go through life evading or avoiding things because they're hard, that's when we are really evading our own greatness. So you cannot discover yourself. You cannot discover the greatness that you have within you. You cannot begin to expose yourself to new parts of yourself, of talents and skills and abilities you have, going through life trying to make it by easily. You can't learn good horsemanship by riding a tame horse. It won't happen like that. Airplane has to have resistance of the air in order to fly. So in order for us to begin to do what we need to do, we need to embrace the fact that it's hard, not avoid it. You got to fortify yourself and say, come on with it. I've got to step into it.
Every freaking day of your life, live uncomfortable, run to pressure. Every single thing in your life that's hard, run to it. Get in it. Test yourself. That looks hard. Good. Go get in it. This is an opportunity for me to grow.
If you never step out of your comfort zone, you're gonna be very uncomfortable later.
You're gonna have a hard life at some point. Some of you guys, you're like, dude, I ain't willing to do that right now. Cool. Someone else less talented than you is gonna do it. And then you're gonna look up in 2 years and you're gonna wish you'd have done it. Everything that you want and need in your life is always gonna be on the other side of being uncomfortable. I need you to fall in love with being uncomfortable.
Because the process of getting better at what it is that you do is painful. It's excruciating. And there's a reason why there is the phrase growing pains. Losers want to be coddled. They want to be comfortable so it doesn't ruffle their little delicate feathers. Winners, they're able to push their personal feelings aside. They say, you know what, so be it, I don't care. They want to be pushed and put through the pain because they know that going through that pain is going to produce the best possible product in themselves. They want results. And so the question is, are your feelings so delicate and so sensitive that you're going to let you getting your little feelings hurt get in the way of becoming what it is you wish to become? Or do you say, you know what, my feelings? If there's no pain, there's no gain.
You have to embrace the suck. When it sucks, embrace it. It's hard, good. That's part of it.
Like, yeah, this sucks, but it makes us awesome. Let's dig in, let's get better, let's skill up, let's use this to build our character, our strengths, our skills, our ability to win in the future. So all the things that suck right now, you're like, oh my God, I can't figure this out. It's gonna make you better.
Honor it. Your next level of success, that's what builds your character. But you don't get to it without the struggle. Stop bemoaning the struggle and celebrate it, something you endure, you engage with, you persevere for. Successful people, they love the process of hardship. They don't complain about it. Listen to your complaints. Our culture is dominated by complaint right now. Be the problem solver, the solution builder, be the leader, be the person who takes us to another level. That's your job. I'm no longer a complainer. I challenge myself to grow. You can't even go back. Because you hear yourself complain, you're like, no, that's the small part of me. The big part of me builds.
Good takes work, and the hardest things in life are also the most rewarding. So every time you get a thought of how you want to achieve this great thing or do this great thing, you are selling yourself short of that experience that will ultimately dim the quality of your life for your entire existence.
I'm angry. I want it all, man. How you gonna get it? I'm willing to work for it. So therefore, I demand to get it. And I work harder and harder and harder. For once in your life, have some ownership, some credibility behind your and your words. Mean what you say, do what you say. Follow through for something for one time in your life. One time, follow through on what you say. You will feel a high that you've never felt before. When you follow through on things in life, guys, you achieve the confidence, the mentality that anything's possible.
Focus on your action because that's what matters, not your talk, not your doubts. It's all about what you do.
If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, your life will be easy.
Let your actions do the talking. Build the life that you actually want. Go after that you actually want. Relentlessly. Take pride in doing the hard nobody else will do. Take pride in working out in the elements when no one else is willing to do that. It doesn't just happen. You have to make it happen. So stop talking about how I'm thinking about doing it, but I don't know if No, you have the ability to do it. And you have to prove to yourself that you can do hard things. So what better opportunity and what fresher start do you have than right now?
The only way anything great ever gets done in this world, commitment, consistency.
Oh, imagine that, doing it every day?
You're saying I can't do it anymore for 2 weeks and then quit? Most of you in here, you're quitters. You don't have consistency, you don't have control, you don't have discipline.
You want to be a champion, but you don't want to work like a champion. I dare you to give 120% and stop choking.
Most of you won't be successful not because you can't do it, but you can't outlast your old you long enough to get to your new you.
I challenge you just to give a month where you say, for 30 straight days, every practice I'm putting in 120%. When I'm tired, I'm gonna keep going. You can't buy discipline, you can't buy drive, you can't buy effort either.
No matter how hard you work, there is somebody inside of you that works even harder. No matter how dedicated you are, there's somebody inside you that's more dedicated. No matter how committed you are, there's somebody inside of you that's more committed. I'm trying to get you to push yourself to a point that you have never been to before. Because when you get to that point, you're gonna propel to another dimension of your life.
Can't nobody stop you but you. You're not average, stop acting like it. You're not average. Why you being average? You're not average. Why you being good when you're not good? You great. When you gonna step up to the plate? You're greater than that.
What could you be if you worked as hard as you could? What could you be if you imposed real discipline in your life? What could you be?
I want to see how far I can go. I want to see what I can accomplish. I want to see what I can do, what I can be, what I can have. I want to see what my life would look like if I didn't count the cost. You get to a point where you don't count the cost. You just do whatever it takes to get whatever you want. Every single day when I wake up, every minute of the day, every hour of the day, I have an opportunity to give 120%, to give blood, sweat, and tears. Every opportunity is the last opportunity. Every opportunity I have to reprove myself again, because the day you become content is the day you die. It's all or nothing. It's all day, every day. What you did last week don't count. Today is the only important day. You got 86,400 seconds in a day, and what you do today is going to determine how far you go. What do you do when 1,000 other people want exactly what you want?
Sometimes it ain't about who the most talented and gifted. When talent meets talent, talent is no longer enough. Now it's about who has character. Now it's about who has integrity. Now it's about who's dedicated, who's committed. Now it's about who's gonna show up on time. Now it's about who's willing to do extra.
It only take one extra push-up. It only take one extra mile. It only take one extra grade. It only takes one extra effort. It only takes one extra something to get you to where you're trying to get to. And the goal is you gotta go a little further than the man who's trying to get what you're trying to get. You have to outwork them. You gotta outgrind them. You gotta get up earlier. You gotta stay up later. You gotta embody excellence.
So you gotta prepare yourself. You've got to develop yourself. You've got to practice. You've got to work. You've got to do your homework. You got to do your research. It's not easy, but through practice and practice and practice, practice makes improvement. And competency builds confidence. And confidence feeds into competency. See, the better you become, the more confident you feel. And the more confident you feel, the better you want to become. You can always better your best. You can always go beyond anything that you have ever done. You never hit a state of perfection. You're always bigger than what you do. You realize that you have no ceiling, that you can better whatever you've done so far. You can go beyond that. You don't become cocky and arrogant, feeling that you've already arrived, as most people have. No, as long as you're breathing, you got some more work to do. There's something else for you to achieve.
And I can tell you right now, there's going to be lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of times, in fact, the majority of the time, that you are not going to wake up in the morning and say,
I can't wait. I can't wait to go get my... That's not gonna happen. So you have to say, hey, I'm gonna do this regardless of how I feel. I'm gonna execute, even if I'm having a bad day, even if it's going wrong. Mine is getting done day in and day out. And that is the secret sauce about winning. Shift your mindset from, I gotta feel like doing it, to it doesn't matter if I feel like doing it. I'm gonna get it done anyway. Do you have the capacity to execute at a high standard when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it? Because when you don't feel like it is when everybody else quits. And that's when you widen the gap between yourself and everybody else. I'm competing against Joe down the street. And when he comes in on his 4 days and he doesn't feel like it, he does half-ass. But on my 4 days, I'm executing at the highest level because I've developed that skill set of discipline to do so. Over time, I'm going to widen that gap further and further and further away from that dude. And this is how the game works. It is legitimately a mathematical equation. How many days did you win? How many days did they win? It's not luck, it is math. And if you can push yourself to perform on a high level every single day of your life, regardless of how you feel, you'll look around and realize you're the winner.
As hard as you're going to work for yourself, you're going to find yourself in conflict working against yourself. Assignments that you will be given, you will find ways to get busy and not to do them, or to become distracted, or let any kind of excuse stop you from honoring a commitment to yourself. Just watch this. Just observe yourself.
You sabotage your own potential through procrastinating, through not taking care of business, not spending your time wisely, squandering your time looking at a lot of idle television, or spend all your time lamenting and complaining about how bad things are, using your energy negatively rather than positively, complaining rather than producing.
Things I know I should do, I don't do. Things I shouldn't do, I do. I found that the biggest enemy you have to deal with is yourself.
There's so many distractions out here, and all type of strategies that keep you distracted, algorithms, all kinds of stuff.
You want your dream? You gotta cut the noise. You gotta not be like everybody else. You gotta put away all the social media, all the apps that are fighting for your attention, and you gotta boil it down to exactly what it is you're trying to achieve.
You have to find a routine and stick with it.
Every single one of you has an opportunity every single day to make these small daily acts of excellence, optimization, and creativity that will ultimately build a life of greatness. It's about what you do every single day with utter consistency that over time creates mastery.
I am an underdog, and for a living, I have destroyed people who are more talented than me, who are distracted. I stay focused and intent and intense to purposely destroy people who are more talented than me, who are distracted. And most people get just enough talent to feel like they win, and then they let distractions come on in this world because they let their damn guard down. Knock it off. Stay focused. We need to go through a season right now of saying no. If what you're doing today doesn't match that goal, it's got to go away.
Every multi-millionaire and every multi-billionaire in this world have all decided that I'm going to commit myself to this career, this vision, this goal, training, education, no parties. They're going to call you names. They're going to say that you're a weirdo because you don't know nobody. Those are the characteristics of a champion. Those are the characteristics of someone that have said that I have decided that I'm going to create a shift in this universe.
I'm going to force myself to get up early and practice. I'm going to force myself to lift weights. I'm going to force myself to study. Because when you do that, you don't have to worry about rewards when you're doing the work. When you're doing the work, the rewards will come. Rewards come after you work, not before. The only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. You have no control over rain, no control over the snow, no control over the temperature. What I'm asking you to do to blow up this year, I'm asking you to control what you can control. You can control going to bed. You can control getting up. You can control being on time. You can control going to class. You can control showing up. You can control doing your homework. You can control your attitude. You can control being nice. You can control doing what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it.
What's your state? Are you in a state of focus? Are you pumped up? Are you breathing deeply? Are you lasered in on something? Are you completely in there? Or is your state a distracted, diverted state? Hunched over, watching TV, looking at your phone. All of that stuff distracts us. Or are you in a state totally pumped up, totally focused on your dreams, lasered in?
We got enough power, we misdirect it. We think of too many unimportant things. Our mind's shooting all over the place.
If you focus on something every single day and you ask yourself, how can I improve it? And you demand from yourself that somehow it has to get better, you will master that area of focus. I don't care what it is.
You're only limited by weakness of attention. All you need is to give it your full attention, the will to do it. See, the will gives us the ability to concentrate. If you can think it, and you can let yourself get emotionally involved with it, and you stay focused on it, you can have it.
Get the thing that you want more than anything else riveted in your mind, and then take every bit of information and relate it to the goal.
You don't have to be perfect, but what you have to do is perfect the day. You'll never be perfect. As long as you're alive, there's always progress. You can always get better, but listen to me. I want you to practice perfecting the 24 hours, 60 minutes in a day, 1,440 seconds. That's what I want you to concentrate on. I want you to concentrate on the now. When I get up in the morning, I try to perfect the day. I try to do what I didn't do the day before. I try to do what I didn't do last year. I try to do what I didn't do the year before. I'm trying to be responsible for the now. I'm trying to perfect the now. I'm trying to look at each second and make sure I'm doing something each second. I want to make sure each minute I'm doing something each minute. I want to make sure every hour I'm doing something every hour. I want to make sure in that day I'm getting something done. On Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Friday, that I'm effective. I need you to stop trying to do it big. I need you to fall in love with small, and guess what? Big gonna be attracted to you. If you fall in love with every second, every minute, every hour of the day, and you focus on the now, you master the now. You become an expert of the now. If you perfect every day, if you perfect every opportunity, if you perfect every skill, I guarantee you're gonna have it, you're gonna be it, you're gonna do it.